All right, here's the video I promised you guys about how to use Plickers. So Plickers is a great way to get some instant feedback on stuff that's going on in your class. It's a good exit ticket strategy, or in the middle of the class, whatever works for you. All right, so let me show you how it works. All right, so let me go to plickers.com. All right. Let me sign out so you can see what it looks like when I'm not signed in. Sign out of Plickers. All right, go. Let's close all this stuff. All right, so sign in on your DOE account with Google is fine. All right. All right, now I've already imported both my ELA classes. It's probably the first thing you want to do is add in your classes, right? So the easiest thing to do is if you go to over here where it says your classes, it's going to be blank. You're going to click new class, right? And I would import from Google Classroom. Choose your account. Continue. All right, continue. Now, when you do this, it's going to come up with all the Google Classrooms you've ever taught. All right. So what I suggest you do is go to the deselect all over here, add in whatever class it is that you want to add in. All right. I'm going to add in my Future Ready CompTIA Plus class. Import class. All right. So now I've got my class, and I click on that, and you can edit it and all that kind of stuff. Now, sometimes in Google Classroom might not reflect the actual roster that you have. Sometimes there's a discrepancy, like a 901 and 903. You have a couple of kids that need to be switched around. So if the Google Classroom isn't what it's supposed to be as far as that goes, you're going to go to Edit Students, right? Now, over here, you can click these three little dots, and you can delink Google Classroom. That's fine. All right, you can always link it back up. For say, for example, I don't know, like Sonari wasn't in this class. He was actually in, the algebra class. You can click on that and just like delete the student. All right. You can also edit their card number as well. If for some reason you want a certain student has a certain number, you can definitely do that as well. All right. But I don't need to do that. All right. So once I've got my class set up, let's go to 903. Right. You can go over to go to students. I can go to the settings. You can select the whatever language we're talking, or whatever subject. I'm going to go to English Language Arts, 9th grade, save the changes. That part doesn't matter too much, all right? What I want to do, though, is go ahead and add in another, I think I have to do it with the questions, right? So once I've got my classes set up, I can start making up some questions, right? So I'm going to go to New Set. All right, so there's different ways you can do it. Let's say, for example, I want to use these self-check questions at the end of every HMH text. So I'm going to go to read a survival, go to the assessment practice. Now, these might not always be 100% one-on-one on whatever it is, whatever your ICANN statements or your target or your objective is. So, this is sometimes like this will be a good question. Sometimes it won't be. Most days you're going to have to come up with your own questions, right? So let's say, for example, I wanted to use these, right? So I'm just going to take this, right? Copy that. Go back over here, paste that, and I'm going to put in my answers, right? You can add in media choices. You want pictures and stuff like that as well if you need to. Right. Do that. Do that. Do this. There we go. All right. Done that. Again, if you've got a paid thing, right? The paid account, then you can add in some other stuff. Some of the stuff you can only do as a free, as a, something that has a free account you don't have access to, all right? Or you can get a 14-day free trial, and after that, but in order to do that, you have to put in credit card information. I don't know, maybe Miss Tanya can convince Miss Audrey to pay for everyone, all right? Maybe that would be awesome. All right, there's other things you can put in GIFs, you can sounds potentially. You could record sounds and add them in, something like that, especially for our L students. You can put in video stuff, all kinds of things, right? All right, let's add another question, new question. I'll do all three. Do. COVID-19 days. All right. Some days you might need 3 questions. It really depends on how many questions you think are gonna you're gonna need in order to determine their mastery. I mean, like for a quick check, it might just be 1 or 2 questions, right? I guess in middle school they tell you what it is already. Right. Oh, I also forgot. Here you want to tell them what you think the answer is, right? For this one, it is to claim essential to the author's argument. That's definitely true. All right. It's that one. All right. Let's do the last question. New question. Oops. All right. Now let's do it. And a lot of times you're not going to have the luxury of the questions done for you already. Again, I guess if you got the quick checks done for you in middle school, then I would just use those, right? Assuming they're connected to the mastery of the I can statement. All right, there we go. Let's conclude our argument with. There we go. All right. So now I've got all my questions done, right? I can give it a title. I can call it, mine is survival selfish day 2. Right. You can also, these are graded questions, so you can tell if the student got it right or wrong. You can also add in survey questions, all right? So if you wanted it to be, like, you don't know right or wrong answer, you can change it to a survey question. So if I want to, make a survey question, how are you feeling today, all right? So, not bad, pretty good, all right? And then you can change the order of these if you want. You drag and drop them as far as whatever works for you. I'll probably do this one first, right? All right. And then you can add in like a GIF if you want. Mood meter, not mood motor. That's not a word. There we go. There we go. All right. So now you don't have to save it. It saves automatically, right? Now I've got on your phone. Right. You have to download the Plickers app. I think they have it on Android and Apple devices. All right. All right. So when you log in, you're going to see this. All right. So I've got my classes set up. I'm going to select 903. So it's going to show me that there's nothing queued. All right. There's nothing queued. All right. So I'm going to go to my library. So I've got on my library, I've got is survival selfish day 2. I'm going to select that one. All right. And I can see the thing I just did, right? All right. Now, I'm going to, atop where it says place set, hopefully you guys can see this, I'm going to select place set. And then I'm going to select my class, 903. and this is what you put on your Promethean board or whatever it is, right? So over here, like I said, people can show their responses, all right? So what you're going to do is, all right, on your phone, down the bottom, you've got this little round circle, right? You're going to click that, and then your camera will turn on, right? Now what I've done, all right, and I'll show you how to print these out, all right? You're going to print out a bunch of these little cards, right? And you're going to associate each one of these cards with a different person. I'll show you how to do that as well, right? All right, so what I did for my class, I've got their writer's notebooks, so I just glued it to the back of their writer's notebook, right? So once I've got that question, right? So for example, in today's mood, they've got so-so, not bad, pretty good, all right? So if they're feeling so-so on their card, it's got, I don't know, you probably can't see it, but it's got an A, B, C, D. And I think when you print it out, you can print them out jumbo if you want, or you can always just write the letters, bigger, easier for them to see. So if they think the answer for them today's mood is A, right? They're gonna put A up top. If they think it's gonna be answer is B, they're gonna put it like this. If they think the answer is C, like this, and so on and so forth, right? So they only have 4 options. That's the most options you can have, right? And over on the right-hand side, they've got all the names, right? And once they get scanned, let's say I do. Here I've got Jaden A, right? And say today he's feeling. Let me open up my Plickers thing, right? So I'm going to look at his. All right, he's feeling Jaden, right? So as soon as I get his answer, I scan it with my phone. Jaden highlights blue, right? And then you can show the graph, right? So they'll tell you like how many people are feeling so-so, not bad, pretty good. All right. When I'm ready on my phone, all right, I can click stop, right, and then I can go to the next question. I just slide on my next question. The next question on my phone, I just slid on my phone. I just slid this way, right? And then on the screen, it's automatically going to reflect that, right? And whenever I'm ready to record the question, I just click that the little circle on the bottom, right? And then I can start recording people's answers, right? Let's say, for example, all right, let's say Alejandro thinks the answer to this question is B, right? So I'm going to, all right, over here, click my circle. The camera comes on, right? Alejandro is going to say the answer is B, right? So I'm going to, look at his thing, all right? Then Alejandro pops up, right? And I can show the graph, how many people think B, A, and I can also, if I want, reveal the answer, right? So again, that's optional. You don't have to do that over here, right? All right. So once I'm done, right, I go to the last question, right? I can go back to Plickers, right? I can go to my reports, right? And over here, it'll tell me, how people did on this window over here, right? So if I click on it, it'll tell me who answered what, all right? Who got it right, who got it wrong, and all that kind of stuff, all right? Let me see. Tell me all, tell me who answered it. Like some people, maybe they just didn't hold it up, that kind of stuff. All right. Let me see. The one thing I want to do, the last thing I want to worry about is go to new set, I think. No, I don't want to do new set. Let's go to, I can reset over here. All right. Let's go to this filter over here. I think if I click over here, no, I don't want to rename it, edit it. There's a way to share it with other teachers. Let me see. That's the import questions. I guess if you've got questions already done, you can import questions as well. All right. Let me see. I forget how to do it. Let me look it up. Share Plickers questions with another teacher. I forget. Sharing content. Here we go. Let me see. Share pack. All right. Did that. Did that. This is a pro feature. So another thing is, if you want to be able to share it with like a co-teacher or whatever, that's something you have to pay for. Unfortunately, that's one of the things, right? All right, here we go. All right, I go open up is survival selfish. Whoops. I want to go back to the thingamajig over here. I'm not explaining this very well. Grade 3 place value. Let's see. All right, create a new pack or enter an existing pack. All right, I did that. Select the blue invite button on the right-hand sidebar. All right, let's do that. I don't see that. Let me see. I want to edit the set. No, I don't remember how to do that. All right, well, there is a way to do it. That part I don't remember. Let me see. Let me just go back to the thing over here. Right. Sign into Plickers.com. I've done that. Create a new pack. I did that. Select the blue invite button in the right-hand sidebar. And let me go back to like the main Plickers thing. All right. I want to do that. I go to oh, your packs. Let's do a chance in the world. All right. Oh, here we go. All right, I found it. So what you can invite over here. All right. So here, like, you can add in your stuff into different packs as well. All right. So let's go like your library. All right. Is survival selfish? I think I should be able to move that. Move to pack. Here we go. Let's do a new pack. Aha. Pack. There we go. All right. So now I can take the recent, right? I can move to pack. Is survival selfish? There we go. And here I can invite Miss Crystal. Is it 2 R's? She's gonna be mad at me. All right. That's not 2 Z's. I think 2 schools. There we go. Let me double check that. I should know how to spell her name by now. To be fair, she does have an unusual name, right? Oh, I was wrong. It's a second. All right. All right. I gave it a shot. I had 50-50 shot. Let's go back to over here. All right. 1 R. That does sound. This does look better that way. All right. There we go. All right. And then done. And then Miss Crystal will be able to see the results and all that kind of stuff. All right. So there are differences between like the free, like I said, you can't undo unlimited reports and all that kind of stuff, and you can't share stuff with teachers. I think for like a year, it's like $70 something or whatever like that. And there are, like I said, ways to do it as far as like buying it for like like a number of teachers and all that kind of stuff. So that's something that's potentially out there. All right. So give it a shot. Like I said, it's a great way to get instant feedback and record your results. And I hope you like it.